Greetings, I'm Carol Spears, Certified Music Practitioner and CEO of the Music for Healing and Transition Program, MHTP. MHTP creates an international network of trained and certified musicians to bring into medical facilities the healing nature of music to those who are ill, suffering, and dying. This is done through the science-based art of providing live, individualized therapeutic music. MHTP was founded in 1994, and over these many years since, MHTP has trained over 1,100 musicians in the art and science of therapeutic music and of being a healing presence. Our graduates, called Certified Music Practitioners, CMPs, are found on 4 different continents. Live therapeutic music is specific to each patient's condition in the moment and can be changed if necessary by the CMP. Very importantly, it is not just the music that creates a healing environment. It is also the intentional presence of trained, knowledgeable CMPs who bring into the patient's room their compassion, their knowledge, and their desire to be of service through therapeutic music. All of this creates for the patient a time of comfort, pain relief, relaxation, with all of the beneficial physiological responses and stabilization that result. And sometimes it is just a sense of connection with another human being and a bit of normalcy in a time of stress and fear and pain for the patient. This recording is to share with you examples of the types of music our graduates provide to all kinds of patients, stressed medical staff, and patients' families as they play live therapeutic music at the bedside of individual patients or for staff as they go about their duties. CMPs play on-site in hospitals, hospice, nursing homes, patients' homes, and also provide live telehealth therapeutic music sessions when medical in-person restrictions are in place. The recordings are not just examples of therapeutic music. Interwoven are some of the stories of observations and experiences CMPs have had while providing live therapeutic music sessions. Many thousands of stories similar to those you will hear could be told, since they happen every day as CMPs use their hearts and their music to help others. We recorded 7 CMPs and 1 MHTP student, either offering their music or reading the written stories of other CMPs. The identity of patients in the stories has been protected. The name of the author of each story will be stated at the end of their story. The names of the musicians and readers are listed at the end of the video, along with information on how to contact MHTP. If you would like to be a part of bringing live therapeutic music into healthcare facilities for patients and staff, by either becoming a CMP, hiring a CMP, or supporting our educational programs. For now, please sit back, relax, listen with your open heart, and allow the music and stories to enfold you into the daily world of therapeutic music and of being a CMP.
I entered into the ICU when I was caught by a palliative care nurse. She said, "Can you come and play for the patient in room 103? He's about to be transported to give his organs for donation." I set up outside the room as the nurse and the respiratory therapist were making sure everything was ready for his transport to surgery. Over the intercom, there was an announcement that an honor walk would take place at 11 and for the staff to line the hallway of the ICU. I continued playing as staff began lining up. The patient's nurse asked me, "Is there any way you can walk and play your harp?" I was tentative in my answer of yes. I had a cart to push the harp, and I needed at least one hand to steer. So I was worried about how I was going to play one-handed and push the cart with the other. The staff prepared the young man for transport, and I walked along behind him as they wheeled him through a crowd of 50 staff to the surgery room. I played one-handed and pushed my harp one-handed. The palliative care nurse caught me on the way back to the unit. She said, "Your playing is usually beautiful, but that was just the gift you gave that young man was wonderful." I found out later the young man had only an aunt for family, and she did not give him a funeral. I was told that this honor walk was the only send-off this young man had. Amy Laubach. I've been fortunate to provide live therapeutic music at a nearby hospital. Recently, as I entered the ICU area, the charge nurse said, "Oh, good, Larry's here. Come and play for the patient whose blood pressure needs to come down." It was 221 over 113. The patient was in their mid-30s and heavy. I introduced myself, explained what I was there for, and asked permission to provide therapeutic music as recommended by the charge nurse. The patient agreed, and after approximately 30 minutes, a nurse entered the room to take the blood pressure of the patient. As the blood pressure cuff let out its deflating sigh, the updated blood pressure reading on the monitor was 163 over 107. The charge nurse and the staff were very pleased, and it was especially nice to hear them say, "It's the music, it really works." Larry Heron. This story and picture that appear in the conference booklet on the page listing musicians, readers, and story writers was approved for posting by the daughter of the patient pictured. The patient was one of my hospice patients and has passed away. I have found that often my flutes can be heard by patients who have very little hearing, even by some who forgot to put in their hearing aids. And I often see the tension lines in the face and neck disappear in non-responsive patients. Often, this is noted by the loved ones also. I had the honor of playing for this beautiful person. She had been an artist and an avid outdoors person throughout her lifetime. Sadly, her sight was taken away from her, and her hearing was not very good. But she was still one of the sweetest people I've ever met. I could hear the flute music, and she could hear the flute music, especially the lower tones, without a problem. But because she had been an artist her entire life, I was looking for a way she could experience the therapeutic music at a more intimate level. I reasoned that her optic nerves had been communicating and coordinating with her fingers, hands, and arms for the better part of her life as she painted and drew. So I stood so close that she could touch the flutes as I played, and I allowed her to see the sound through the vibration in the wood. Her daughter captured this in the photo. Mark Beckwith.
Thank you for watching and for listening. Thank you for your interest in therapeutic music and in the Music for Healing and Transition program. In the information that follows, you will find how to contact us if you would like to be a part of bringing live therapeutic music into healthcare facilities for patients and staff, by either becoming a CMP or hiring a CMP, or by supporting our educational programs. Gratitude to each of the CMP and student musicians, the readers, and the story writers. Thank you.